and a pleasant late afternoon, early evening, UAAP fans. You are looking live outside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig, Metro Manila, and now inside with the UST crowd right there cheering for one of the teams that will be competing here today. Hello, everyone. I'm Jude Torquato. With me is Mr. Danny Francisco to cover this much-awaited encounter between two rivals, especially from the 90s, the UST Growling Tigers and the De La Salle Green Archers.
Let's go straight to the point, Jude. More than anything else, it's a test of character for the De La Salle Green Archers. Remember, they suffered a humiliating defeat against the UE Warriors just a few days back, losing by as much as 21 points. The UST Growling Tigers, on the other hand, coming off a win against the Adamson Falcons. So there's nothing more than a win for La Salle is what they really want today. I'm sure they got a dressing down from their coaching staff after that horrendous shooting night that they had against UE. But on the other hand, UST would like to just keep their cool. They know that whoever wins this will share top spot with a bunch of other teams.
So you talked about the top spot. Let's take a look at the team standings to see exactly where these two teams fare. You see FEU up on top, tied with NU and Ateneo, and also UE with the win earlier.
You know, we just mentioned that a win here by either of these two teams would move them up the team standings in a share for the lead with FEU, Ateneo, UE, and the surprising NU Bulldogs. However, it's just too early to tell. And in fact, my feelings in that loss by the De La Salle Green Archers was that it was good that it happened early to them, knowing that without Renan Itualo having a very good shooting night, they will have to contend with the rest of the guys on their bench, rather. For the Santo Tomas Growling Tigers, you know, one thing that probably they must have learned from that game against between the Archers and the Warriors is that they know how to break the trapping defense of the De La Salle Green Archers. La Salle, let's face it, played with heavy legs during the game against the UE Warriors. But then again, they're coming out strong here. And proof of that was that when they went on the floor, I could see that even their reserve players were in their uniforms. Maybe some sort of a psychological feeling that everybody will have to work hard for this possible win against Santo Tomas.
A lot of people are saying that it was a wake-up call. Let's take a look at this UST starting lineup, or not so much the starting lineup, but we talked about the departure of Baguio and Latoreno and company. Now it's almost an even spread between the players of UST.
You know, one thing good about the UST Growling Tigers is that you know that they have the offensive weaponry, and proof of this are the numbers being provided by Hubalde, Oreta, Gelig, and Agleron. I was looking at some numbers by Hubalde. He takes about 20 attempts from the three-point range, and that's the reason why he has this very high shooting percentage from the three-point range.
Well, Danny, quickly before we have this jump ball, let's take a look at, in my opinion, the two best players in this league who belong both to the De La Salle Green Archers.
Yes, of course. The guard position, we're talking about Renan Itualo and Mike Cortez. Look at those numbers against UE. 13 points, most of it coming from the free throw line. 2 out of 15, that's less than 15%, Jude, in terms of shooting. And we know for a fact that Renan also takes about 20 attempts. 10 from the three-point range and 10 from the two-point area.
Well, talk about attempts. Emerson Oreta makes his first attempt from the three-point line, giving UST a quick 3-0 lead. La Salle breaks the pressure of UST easily. Our starting lineups, you see Mike Cortez right there. He is joined by Ritualo Ramos Santa Maria and the rookie Cardona. Here's Ritualo inside to Santa Maria. The post move, spinning inside, draws the foul. For the Tigers, it's Agleron, Gelig, Espiritu de Guzman, and Oreta, who made that three-pointer to start the ball game off. There's the foul off that spin move. Ritualo will inbound for the Green Archers. They're looking for their first point. Cortez to Ritualo. Ritualo dribble drive. The pass inside to Cardona for two. Good recognition by Renren Ritualo. Here comes the pressure defense of the Green Archers. If you can break this, you've got one up on La Salle. Gelig stops and pops from the corner. That's short. Santa Maria with the rebound. Here comes La Salle. Cortez ahead to Cardona. Cardona, nice half hook. You know, he did that about 4 or 5 times against the Blue Eagles with opening day. As Cardona, the half hook. Here's Dino Gelig. Gelig stutter steps. Reach from behind by Ritualo. Bounces it off the foot of Gelig, so it'll be La Salle ball. Here's that pass by Ritualo to Cardona inside. The smart set assist.
4 points now for Cardona, and again La Salle with Mike Cortez directing the plays. You could sense that they'd like to give the ball to Renren and Tualo, but then again, if you've got Cardona hitting 4 quick points for LaSalle, then they've got other options as well.
Well, this is a matchup we've got to look at, Danny. Agleron against Cortez. Cortez has about 3 or 4 inches on Jake Agleron here for UST, and he also, probably in terms of talent, is a little bit a notch higher than Agleron. So maybe LaSalle will try to exploit this in the first few minutes.
And also, the matchup between Santa Maria and De Guzman, it's funny that De Guzman is listed as 6'2", going up against Santa Maria, who's about 6'5".
Renren Witwalo was off during the UE game, but he starts himself off on the right foot here for the De La Salle Green Archers, hitting a 3-pointer. It's now 7-3. Let's go over to the La Salle bench for a Gentex update from George Rocha.
Yes, well, on the La Salle side, contrary to rumors that rookie Carlos Sharma will be playing today, well, he hasn't really recovered yet from his sprained wrist, but we can watch out for him on Sunday's game against UP. Now, a lot of people have also been asking what happened to the Green Archers again when they played against UE. Well, I talked to Coach France, and he admitted that they were a bit too complacent and that they weren't beaten by UE, but that the Green Archers beat themselves. And about the rivalry, you two were talking about. Coach France is well aware of this, and he said that this is going to be one of those games that they'll just have to win. Guys, back to you.
Well, we all know the UST-LaSalle rivalry going back in the 90s. UST winning 4 in a row, and recently LaSalle getting 3 in a row, going for that record of UST winning 4. Back to back to back. Agleron double teamed in the backcourt ahead to Oreta. Oreta stops and pops from 3. This one doesn't go. Let's go over on the other side on the UST bench for... Oh, go ahead, Claude.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, guys. Well, despite LaSalle's previous result against the UE Warriors, Coach Eric said that they are a challenge to his players today, and he wants them to perform well in the different aspects of the game, cut down on their turnovers, not miss their shots on the charity line, not lose their perseverance in executing the play. So, guys, that's it for now. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Claude. That was the Gentex update from Claude Despapillo Vera.
Foul on De Guzman, that's going to be the first personal foul of De Guzman and the 13th foul of the Rowley Tigers, sending Santa Maria to the free throw line. You know, Jude, in that report by George, it was very evident that there's nobody else to blame for that loss against UE except for themselves, is what she mentioned, because, you know, it's very difficult to get into a game and, you know, thinking that you'd win over your opponent from the very beginning, because you cannot just be too complacent.
Here's Santa Maria with the second free throw, makes both. Free throw brought to you by Globe Gentex, the handy phone, the official privilege card of the UAAP game. Another full court pressure being implemented by the Green Archers. So far, UST has solved it. But you know, when pag nagpe-pressure ka, Danny, it's really not every time that you want to steal the ball. You just want to wear the opponent down until finally you get some turnovers. But this time, UST breaks it easily again. Oreta from the corner. There's a whistle.
Sit on over the back foul coming from Espiritu. Yes, he was trying to tap the ball, but apparently one hand was pushing against Manny Ramos.
First foul on Alwin Espiritu, already the 4th team foul for the Growling Tigers. And Oreta, after hitting that first 3-pointer, has missed a couple of shots. And Coach Eric Del Rosario says, maybe I'll give you a rest a little bit, and puts in Derek Cubalde. Here's Brendan Witwalo out to Santa Maria. They're going to leave him open from way out there. Give to Cardona, out to Cortez. Cortez, crossover move, stops and pops. Off left.
Still nothing from Mike Cortez, but it's a good sign that Redden hit his first field goal. LaSalle still continuing on that press. They just want to force it to Tomas into some turnovers, probably backcourt violation of sorts.
Like we said, so far, UST has solved that pressure defense. Espiritu from the corner. You can put it on the board. 4 points for Alwin Espiritu.
Well, he is also tasked to guard the big men of LaSalle. We're talking about Manny Ramos and Santa Maria.
Ritualo fakes, fires, double pump, the double clutch by Ritualo. Flashes through.
There could have been a foul, Jude, because Ritualo is already at the free throw line.
And there might have been a foul because he is on a free throw line, or a technical foul. So a technical foul on Derek Hubalde on that play. So Renan Itualo will shoot these Globe Gentex Andy Phone free throws. Actually just one free throw. And that's one of the rule changes, Danny. The regular FIBA rules, really, if you get a technical foul, you get 2 free throws and possession. This time around, if you get a technical foul, the same team keeps possession and you only get 1 free throw. So UST will retain possession of that technical foul. Agleron pressured by Cortez. Tight defense by Cortez, but he gets by it. The pass inside, Espiritu bobbles the ball out to Agleron. Agleron, a long jumper. Here are the Archers. And Mike Cortez draws the foul from behind, makes the basket a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, this is a very strong start by the De La Salle Green Archers. 14-7 possible 3-point play for Mike Cortez. And you just know, Drew, that you could see it in his eyes that he just came here to play against UST. Watch that move. Basket plus a foul.
Well, there's the foul. 14-7 our score. Coach Arik Del Rosario says, I need a word with my boys. We've got a timeout.
You're enjoying this side of basketball action with the new Nokia 8250. Walk on the blue side.
For great smelling, dandruff-free hair. New Head and Shoulders. You'll forget you ever had dandruff.
Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena for the 64th UAAP season basketball tournament. The La Salle Green Archers versus the UST Growling Tigers. La Salle up by 7, doubling the score of the Tigers. You know, that's one thing you don't want to face, Danny. You don't want to face a champion team off a bad loss.
Yes.
You know, if there's any team that you don't want, it's a team that just got shellacked by another team and they want revenge. And it doesn't matter who they're going to take it on. They just want revenge off that bad game.
And you know, you must remember that the Archers are the defending champions here in the UAAP basketball tournament. You know, UST, the reason why they're down by 7 points is that they have not been converting on their perimeter shots. And Agleron is having a very difficult time trying to bring the ball down. See, what happens here is that everybody just wants to score for UST. They've got to pull it back out and just try to set up a good play, an offensive play at that.
Well, talking about offenses, that was an offensive foul on Alwin Espiritu. That's going to be his second personal foul. That might be big. As we know, a lot of the big men of UST have left this lineup. Ortiguera, Latoreno, and Gilbert Lau have all moved on for the Growling Tigers. And Espiritu, the juniors MVP for UST, is left to his own devices here. Here's Ramos, top of the key to Ritualo. Ritualo, the fake, the screen, offensive foul, a moving screen by Manny Ramos.
Well, good call by our referees. You could see that Manny Ramos wanted to give the ball to Renan Itualo. But in doing so, Renan not really using Manny Ramos as a pick. He will be called for an offensive foul or illegal pick on Manny Ramos. You could see.
Well, here's that handoff to
There it is.
Ritualo. He just kind of used his hip. There's the first steal by the Green Archers. Santa Maria going against Algelon. Nice move, but he missed the layup. Battle for the rebound, still loose. Ubaldi has it. Gelic, the crossover move, gets by 2 Archers. The pass to Naninga, out to Ubalde. Long outside jumper. Gelic with the rebound. Gelic, the fadeaway, the fake, the shot, banks it in.
Now, Santo Tomas would like to have more of those offensive recoveries and the second chance opportunity against a very much taller front line of the De La Salle Green Archers. We've got a steal.
Nino Gelic stepped on the line, though. But good anticipation by the veteran.
And if you notice, Jude, also in the offensive plays of LaSalle, they've been trying to make use of a lot of plays not specially designed for Renren Itualo. They're not making Renren, well, he is an option, a first option, but more than anything else, they're looking at other players as well.
Here's Itualo going inside to Santa Maria. Against the Guzman, Santa Maria travels. So a turnover for LaSalle. And Danny, the rookie, Gavino, is now in the ball game. If you recall, he was suspended for 1 game for that technical foul, number 2, against the Blue Eagles. And they missed his services against that very hot UP lineup that they faced last week. So UST has the ball. They're down by 5. 14-9 is our score. Cross at Agleron. Last touch by Cortez. So UST now starting to have a little bit of trouble with this LaSalle press.
Well, for one, they've got to provide picks to each other just to be able to free one man up.
They get it to the Guzman. The Guzman drives out to Gelig. Gelig in the 3-point arc, looking for Naninga. Naninga inside now against Gavino. Naninga out to Gelig. Agleron, a 3-pointer. Way off. Long rebound to Gelig. To the corner. The drive inside to Bali. Nice dish off to Naninga, who blows the layup. Here comes LaSalle. Ritualo against Gelig. Stops and pops for 3. In and out. Battle for the rebound. Let's see who's got it. Gelig takes care of it. So both teams a little cold now from the perimeter. Gelig to the cutting Agleron. Agleron, nice pass inside, and a double pump by De Guzman draws a foul.
Well, this is what Coach Arik Del Rosario wants, ball rotation. Because of that press of the De La Salle Green Archers, it has forced UST into some hurried shots, which is to the advantage of LaSalle. But this time around, watch the ball movement, getting De Guzman free underneath. He gets fouled here. He won't make the basket, but definitely it's going to send De Guzman to the free throw line.
Well, De Guzman is one of those players that is the beneficiary of the departure of Cyrus Baguio. He's getting a lot more playing time because of that departure, and he's going to get a couple of Gen Tech free throws here. We'd like to acknowledge Bayo for our female sportscaster shirts. You won't catch Danny Francisco wearing Bayo clothes. Or maybe you will.
Next game, it's going to be a half shirt. Some changes now on the lineup for the UST Growling Tigers. Lateria coming in.
Raterta. He is one of the veterans for UST. Cardona to a cutting Willie Wilson. Wilson all the way inside for the layup.
You just can't make it very easy for the Archers. If they know how to press, they also know how to break a press. UST must be very active on their feet. De La Salle up by 6 points, 16-10. Got a foul by Ritualo.
A little bit too aggressive by Renren Ritualo. First foul of Ritualo. Here's that layup by Willie Wilson, brought to you by Old Spice. High Endurance Sure Shot, brought to you by the High Endurance Old Spice. And UST still having a difficult time. The shot clock still at 24.
Very, very big problems for UST. They cannot seem to inbound the ball.
Terta. He'll bring it up himself against Wilson. Double team, trap in the corner. The ball almost taken away, and it is a turnover. A backward violation as UST again commits another turnover off that LaSalle press.
You know what's happening to UST right now is that they're not looking forward. Instead, they're looking to their sides for an easier pass. It's good to have that, but again, you've got to attack a press to be able to free yourself up.
And, earlier in this ball game, they were really attacking it, but they were hurrying their shots, but they were getting the shots, and now they're just getting turnovers as Dino Gelig commits his first personal foul, going for that steal.
And if you notice, everything that is happening to the advantage of LaSalle has happened after UST crosses the half-court line. So you know how impressive the press can be for LaSalle when you know that they can pick up a steal without the opponents even setting up a play.
And then Netwalo misses the first free throw. The winner will be tied for first place along with a bunch of other teams here in the UAAP. And the excitement right now here in this league is there's no team that's undefeated even after only 3 games.
Yes.
So that shows the parity that we have here in the 54th UAAP basketball tournament. Agleron ahead to Ubalde, and that flies over his head, over our heads.
But you know, Agleron, I think he can beat Mike Cortez off the dribble with his speed. But apparently he's kind of hesitant to be able to just attack that press.
We talked about that matchup earlier. Cortez against Agleron. Netwalo, and he was tipped on the wrist.
That's going to be number 2 against Gelik.
When you talk about the UST LaSalle rivalry, you know, this Gelik-Ritwalo rivalry has also been a long time from the 90s as Gelik dips him there, and a big point guard has come in for Coach Arik Del Rosario. Villamin, about a 6'2" point guard, somebody that can really match up a lot better with Mike Cortez, and he will replace Agleron. And with those 2 fouls, Gelik will also sit on the bench. One of the rookies from the training team, Luanson, in for UST. Well, the LaSalle connection right there. The brothers of Coach Franz, Dindo and Derek,
Together with their
intently.
mother.
With the mother and the dad. Derek Ubalde. This time they attack, and then Ninga gets a layup. Villamin will pressure Mike Cortez. This guy was a revelation last year, Villamin. Although you can see the strap on his shoulder, he dislocated it last year, and it still hurts, I guess, until this year as LaSalle. Willie Wilson now with 4 points.
It's very, very big difference between the shooting percentage in the previous game as against the shooting percentage only here in the first quarter, Jude. It's quite obvious UST has not hit from the outside pretty well, unlike LaSalle. Everybody getting into the play and getting their perimeter shots in.
So far, the entrance of Villamin has given UST more confidence in breaking the pressure defense. Less than 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. A 9-point lead for the Green Archers. LaSalle has called a timeout. We'll be back.
Stay at the edge of your seats with ball-breaking basketball action thanks to Milo, the official energy drink of the UAAP.
Why is Head & Shoulders the world's #1 anti-dandruff shampoo? Because it's so effective, it starts getting rid of dandruff in just 1 wash. The new best ever Head & Shoulders.
Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena. Just some of the pretty faces here watching a good ball game. We're inviting everyone to Studio 23 and the Mix Rave Party on Friday, July 27th. Hopefully all these girls will be there on your screen. It's at the NBC tent at the Fort, featuring DJs Disciple of Catch 22 New York with Groove Nation, DJ Mario, Siren, and Cien. Party starts at 10 p.m.
You've marked that, right, in your calendar.
That's right. Malapit na yun, ah. July 27th. So LaSalle holding on to that lead. It's now at 9 points. 1:58 left here in the first quarter.
Well, I'm pretty sure Coach Arik Del Rosario has instructed his players we've got to play with a lot more hustle and aggressiveness. When we say hustle and aggressiveness, it's not probably in one factor alone like the rebounding department. It's in all factors. One, how to break the press of LaSalle. Two, second, we have to be determined in setting up our set plays, because if we're not determined, then what happens next? There's a total breakdown. And everybody should be involved, this present 5 on the floor for UST, because right now you could see that LaSalle has been making full use of their 5-man complement on the floor.
Oterta misses both free throws, so the lead stays at 9. Cortez with the ball. Mike Cortez gives to Ritualo. Juanzon right there. The pass inside, tipped away. Last touch by Willie Wilson. So it'll be UST ball. So dangerous pass by Ritualo.
And if you notice, Coach Eric Del Rosario is making full use of his bench. And we're still in the first quarter, and why not? Some of his players are not really that keen on making that inbound pass. A lot of tap outs by LaSalle.
UST set to inbound again. A couple of more substitutions. Cardona, the rookie, will now sit on the bench in favor of second-year player Rico Baino. Paino, rather, from LaSalle Green Hills. Espiritu loses control. Paino gets it. This is Willie Wilson from the baseline, draws the foul.
Again, another turnover on the part of Santo Tomas. You know, one thing good about LaSalle is that they have made full use of the steals that they have picked from LaSalle. That's going to be number 3 against
Alwin Espiritu.
Espiritu.
You know, Coach Arik put Naninga because Espiritu had 2 fouls. As soon as he put Espiritu back in, this guy commits his 3rd personal foul. And these 2 free throws by Willie Wilson, brought to you by Gentex, by Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP games. Willie Wilson, one of the Phil-American players for the Green Archers, misses the first Gentex free throw. There's the prep squad all the way up in the nosebleed section. Wilson makes 1 out of 2. He's got 5 points. Juanzon, UST really having a difficult time. Gets it to Benjamin. Benjamin double teamed in the backcourt. Ahead to Ubalde. Ubalde stops and pops from 3. Come on!
Well, they've got the numbers. Every time they try to break that press, again, the attacking of the press of LaSalle will serve well for the UST Growling Tigers.
Willie Wilson, the pass to Gavino, and he can't control it. Another turnover for the Green Archers. 22-15 our score, 7-point lead for LaSalle.
This might be the start of something new for UST. Coach Franz Pumaran, I'm sure, is quite satisfied with his boys' performance here in the first quarter, but a bit concerned that UST is beginning to quicken up the pace to their advantage.
Talking about quicking up the pace, Derek Ubalde has got it stuck on automatic here. 2 in a row from the 3-point arc. He has cut the LaSalle lead to 4. Cortez with the ball. LaSalle needs some offense here as Ubalde has strung up 2 straight 3-pointers. Mike Cortez forces it up and makes the shot. Back to a 6-point lead for the Green Archers. A little over 30 seconds left. Ubalde, and he slips, commits a traveling violation.
Nowhere else to go. You don't want to break the press by using the sidelines because you're going to lose some space there. You just want to have the ball in the middle and trying to break that press. Again, LaSalle forcing some turnovers. They're holding on to a 6-point lead.
Wilson with the ball. There's about a 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. You see the game clock on the lower right-hand portion of your screen. Is Bunyi give to Cortez. He just made a basket earlier. Gets a screen from Gavino. Cortez still has the ball. Goes all the way inside. Nice pass to Baino. Blocked from behind. Rebound Gavino. Also blocked from behind. Juanzon with the ball. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Benjamin pushing it up for the Tigers. Benjamin sets it up. 5 seconds left. Juanzon with the ball. Takes a long 3-pointer. Kaboom! UST has cut the lead to 3. Here comes LaSalle. The right heave doesn't go for Cortez. So after 1 quarter of play, the LaSalle Green Archers up by 3 over the UST Growling Tigers, 24-21. We'll be back with the second quarter after these.
You're having a great time with non-stop hoop action. Thanks to Blaze from Petron. Set the road on fire.
For the fastest animal on the road. Blaze from Petron. Set the road on fire.
confess, pinalitan ko na siya. Nagbago na ako eh. Want to know the reason? Pantene Conditioner. Kasi Provitamin B5 does amazing things to my hair. Twice as strong? Definitely. Twice as smooth? Oo naman. So bye, old friend. Hello, Pantene Conditioner. Pantene Conditioner. Hair has never been healthier.
For the fastest animal on the road. Blaze from Petron set the road on fire.
Welcome back to Season 64 of the UAAP Games. Here's that block from behind as Baino goes up. UST gets the ball. That block, of course, brought to you by Smart Z, the power to live the life you choose. Smart Z, your cell phone now. Second quarter belongs, or at least the first possession of the second quarter belongs to the Green Archers. Willie Wilson against Laterta. Give to Cardona. Cardona, left-handed drive. Double pump move is short. Battle for the loose ball. And last touch by the Green Archers.
The Archers starting the second quarter without Brandon Itualo. He has done his job in the first, scoring 9 points. You know, they were off to a very strong start. However, towards the end of the first quarter, Santo Tomas unleashing three-point baskets, 2 by Hubalde and 1 by Luanson, suddenly cut this lead down to just 3 points as we start the second, Jude.
UST certainly has the momentum right now. Hubalde, another 3. This one's long. Rebound Raterta. Dribble drive out to Villamin. Villamin has done a fairly good job so far in controlling this offense of UST. Villamin, just as I say that, stolen away by Willie Wilson, goes up with the layup.
Gets the 2 points. Some first quarter numbers, Jude. LaSalle hitting 70% of their 2-point field goals. Total of 66% because they also shot high from the 3-point range. UST at 53%.
LaSalle now with the ball as Roteta missed that layup. You know, UST has to be fortunate for a LaSalle team to shoot 70% and to only be down by 5 points.
Yes.
Here's Cardona hitting the shot. A chance for a 3-point play.
You know, you would think that this guy Cardona seems to be a frail player for the Green Archers, but little do we know that he has the moves. Watch this. That's against 4 yellow shirts or gold shirts. Gets a basket plus a foul. Very unorthodox player, but again, when you've got a player who can deliver, might as well have him on your team.
You know, coaches love players like Cardona. You know, those hustle players. I mean, similar to like a Sandy Ares-Pacochaga from Ateneo, siguro 4 or 5 years ago. And an Ortega from a UE.
Yes.
Similar time period as these Gentex free throws.
You know, you appreciate players like Cardona because you feel somehow that they just want to simplify the game of basketball. No razzle-dazzle type of game for them, but easily you can score what? An average of 9 points a game for LaSalle.
Right. And, you know, that kind of attitude is contagious to a team. As Oreta for 3. This one's off. Battle for the rebound. It's Ramos. So it's Wilson doing the point guard chores now for the Green Archers. Crossover move against Roteta. Wilson stolen away. Still loose. Diving for the loose ball. It's Ramos. And it's a traveling violation on Manny Ramos.
Again, UST wouldn't want this lead to just get out of hand. They're holding on to an 8-point lead.
Here's that Smart Z steal by Willie Wilson. The power to live the life you choose. Smart Z, your cell phone now. And Willie Wilson going all the way for the 2 points for the Green Archers. 8-point lead for LaSalle. Agleron now back in the ball game, replacing Villamin. Agleron against Arejola. Arejola, I believe, is from LaSalle Zobel. So, hometown or homegrown talent for LaSalle.
Ball number 2 against Cardona.
Here's Here's Luanzon, three-point area. He made one earlier, left-handed drive, out to Agleron. Agleron to Ubalde. Ubalde, the drive inside, almost stolen away. It was stolen away. Cardona with the ball. 2-on-2 fast break. Cardona all the way back to Arejola for the easy layup.
You know, turnovers will hurt you. Santa Rosa having 8 turnovers in the first quarter alone. Again, they've got to look at the blind side every time they just want to make a spin move, because on the blind side you can see one green Archer coming in for a possible steal. UST has not scored so far here in the second.
It is now a 10-point advantage for the Green Archers.
Another bad news for Coach Arik, because Renan Itualo is now back in the ballgame, replacing Cardona, was also given his share to the Archers offense.
Here's Ubalde against Wilson, wants a screen, gets one from Luanzon to the corner, or actually from the top of the key. That's Agleron missing the shot, and a foul will be called on Vaino. Let's go over to George Rocha on the LaSalle bench for a Globe Gentex update.
Yes, thanks, Luke. Well, in that last break, Coach transformed his voice about Derek Ubalde, whose three-pointers have been a headache for the Green Shirts. Now, Willie Wilson, who has obviously recovered well from his sprained ankle in the last game, has also been getting his minutes, because in an earlier timeout, Coach Franz said he needed more effort from his big guys, and it looks like Willie Wilson has been doing a big part in DLSU's offensive plays. Guys, back to you.
Loose ball, Arejola has it, ahead to Ritualo, 2-on-3 fast break. Ritualo crossover move inside, get some space, the pass to Ramos, back to Ritualo. It's now Wilson, 10-footer, rebound to Ubalde. Here comes UST ahead to Agleron. Agleron, the pass inside, nobody touched it. Luanzon thought Ritualo tipped the ball. You know, in that situation, you just got to grab it to be sure.
Just to make sure. Another missed opportunity for the Santo Tomas Growling Tigers.
Still down by 10. Arejola with the ball. Arejola looking inside to Wilson. Wilson, that's kind of a mismatch inside against Ubalde. Here's Ritualo again to Wilson. Wilson, the turnaround move doesn't go. The tip's still not there by Vaino. Here's Agleron. Agleron, stutter step, hesitation move, out to Ubalde, long three-pointer all the way from España. Here comes Arejola. Arejola to Wilson, and he is fouled. Let's go over to the UST bench for a Gentex update from Claude.
Thank you very much, guys. Coach Eric was complaining in the previous timeout that his players were not following his instructions in the first period, and he also wants his boys to force their way through LaSalle's defense and wait for them to be fouled. And they also have to communicate and improve on their perimeter shooting. So, Jude and Danny, back to you.
Thanks, Claude. The perimeter shooting actually doing pretty well towards the end of the first quarter. But here in the second quarter, they're struggling a little bit. These free throws brought to you by Gentex, by Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP games. And Willie Wilson cans another one.
You know, Jude, in that report by Claude, it's quite clear that Coach Arik just wants to attack the defense being presented by the De La Salle Green Archers. What's happening to them right now is that they're taking the shots from the outside. Okay, you can have Ubalde take the shots from the outside, but what happens when he starts missing? You just can't go to the outside game all throughout. You've got to really attack the big men, because you also want La Salle to start committing some fouls against you.
Well, here's that 30-second timeout, the new rule that was put in this year's tournament. Let's go over for a quick timeout.
The night heats up as Toyota compels you to commit crimes of passion on July 27, Friday, 10 p.m. at the NBC 10th Fort. Seduce your senses with gyrating bodies, bathing beauties, and intoxicating aromas. Then move to the down-tempo beats of Mario Serrano and rhythms of DJ Disciple. One Red Hot Night. Crimes of Passion. July 27 at 10 p.m. Experience thrill from Toyota. Studio 23 and Mix.
Still Sports Arena is the venue here for one of the games in the first round here in the UAAP tournament. Back for more in season 64. Hey, that's a guy that LaSalle misses this year. It's Mon Jose. Now plays in the PBA, I think. Well, you know, the ABA is running the UAAP tournament this year. Coach Chat Reyes invites everyone to the Asian Basketball Academy. ABA Philippines will start its Module 2 in the Southridge School Series Clinic on July 28, 2001. That's this Saturday, 2 p.m. at the Southridge School at Hillsborough, Alabang. For inquiries, call Len Reyes at 818-766-1264. This clinic is open to all. Villamin with the ball, tipped away. That's a turnover and a foul. It's going to be on Baino. That was an unfortunate foul for LaSalle as Wilson had already tipped the ball.
And if you notice a single coverage by the archers of each player of Santo Tomas, Jude, they are not leaving their feet. And one thing good, no matter how many fakes given by one Growling Tiger, nobody's biting on that fakes.
Here's Luanzon. And this one anticipated very well by Arejola, and he gets an easy layup. So LaSalle continues that swarming defense against UST. They have not been able to handle it so far. Gelig, Naninga is ahead, and he gets the layup. So 2 points for UST. That's what they got to do. They really just have to attack.
Yes. And just before that, LaSalle had a 10-0 blast at the start of this quarter. UST now down by 11 points.
Backdoor play, and Willie Wilson inadvertently steps on the baseline. We've got a substitution on the floor. Luanzon will sit. De Guzman in the ball game. Here's that Smart Zed assist. The power to live the life you choose. Smart Zed, your cell phone now. Naninga, the beneficiary of that nice pass. Moreta to Villamin. Ahead to De Guzman. Villamin will call the play. UST down by 11 points. Villamin still looking. Out to Gelig against Ritualo. It's a good matchup, as we mentioned. Gelig, nice crossover move. Squeezes his way inside. Misses the shot. Gets his own rebound. Goes up again. Still misses the shot. Battle for the loose ball is Villamin, and he misses the layup. UST just can't seem to find one. And there's a whistle. Foul on Arejola. So UST, a few point-blank opportunities missed there. First foul on Arejola.
You can see a lot of UST players getting the offensive rebound. It's going to be good for them if they can keep on practicing this. It's going to help them a lot in trying to look for that second chance opportunity, Jude.
4 minutes, 45 seconds left. We've got another timeout. We'll be back.
Witness ball-breaking basketball bouts with killer confidence, germ-killing close-up.
I'm throwing you a cool kiss, baby. Are you ready for this? Once it hits, you partake.
The all-new germ-killing close-up, exploding with extra-active mouthwash. Germ-killing action that zaps up germs. Pamatay, the cleanest, coolest, freshest breath from close-ups. With germ-killing close-up, you get killer smile, killer fresh breath.
What a girl like. What a guy.
Killer confidence, only from all-new germ-killing close-up from Unilever.
He's cool. Yeah, baby. He's not. He's the best lover a woman could ever want.
Let's make love.
He's the worst father a child could ever have.
Scott, my boy, how are you? Well, my friend said, I'm just...
And they fight each other for the fate of the world.
Does that make you horny?
Mike Myers and Mike Myers in Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, July 26th, Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. on Cineplex 23.
You're watching the UAAP games live on Studio 23. The winning coach from the first game, the UE Warriors beating the Adamson Falcons. Koichi Sama getting another win for UE. Could be a foul on Gavino off the ball.
And that's going to be the 5th team foul of De La Salle.
5 fouls means penalties. Naninga will be shooting free throws. Naninga, one of those rookies that really has to grow up fast for Coach Eric Del Rosario. He lost 3 experienced big men. I mean, that's just a big loss. Ortiguera, Lau, and Latoreno. And Naninga misses his first Gentex free throw. Brought to you by Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP games.
Well, I'm sure Coach Arik has faith in this boy, Mark Naninga. He just wants quality minutes to come from Mark. But offensive rebound by Galig and gets a foul. It's a no-no that you allow your opponents to grab an offensive rebound on a free throw.
Well, you know what's frustrating about that, Danny, is Gelig is not even one of the big men of UST, and he was able to sneak by Gavino to get that rebound. So there's Coach Vance Pumaret demonstrating how to box out. Exactly what his boys did not do during that play.
Two former point guards of De La Salle, Gia Banilla, now sitting as assistant coach to Coach Franz Pumaren.
You know, they've been very successful here coaching the Archers to 3 straight championships. Arejola gets a foul from Villamin.
That's going to be number 2 against Villamin. And this might be a better matchup for Coach Arik Del Rosario. Villamin being replaced by Agleron. Because Villamin will have to make use of his quickness against Arejola.
A little good matchup is Agleron and Arejola, and maybe Cortez and Villamin. In terms of size, that is. Itualo inside to Santa Maria. De Guzman right on him. He makes his post move. Santa Maria bounces out. He gets his own rebound, draws the foul. Chance for a 3-point play. So Adonis Santa Maria. Third personal foul on De Guzman. There's that tip, Santa Maria right there, and De Guzman just slapping the head of Adonis. And he does not complete the 3-point play, but Gavino right there for the offensive board. Nothing doing. An 11-point lead for La Salle, but UST has the ball. Chance to cut into this lead. Galig against Itualo, and that's a carry or an offensive foul.
You know, one of the very few occasions that UST went on a spread out offense. However, Naninga was caught giving an illegal pick.
First personal foul on Naninga. Gives Arejola La Salle chance to extend their 11-point lead. Arejola out to Itualo. Itualo makes his move, long 3-pointer all the way from Taft Avenue. Renren Itualo nails a 3-pointer. He's got 12.
And you know, these are choice shots Renren has been taking here in the first half. If you notice, he's not forcing any shots. He knows when to take the shot that they need it most. Why? Because he knows also that the other players for La Salle have been giving him that support.
Second foul on Arejola. Galig will shoot 3 from Renren Itualo is averaging 23 points a game in the first 2 games. In one of those games, he had a bad game. And we mentioned that game against UE. So this guy is a prolific scorer and the premier scorer here in the UAAP. Galig, that's his 5th point of the ball game. You saw his averages there. 11 points, gets his own rebound, fakes, fires, still can't make it. And an offensive foul. That's going to be on Gabato.
Well, if it is, it's going to send De Guzman to the free throw line. Some golden opportunities for UST to try to cut the 13 lead down by going to the free throw line, but they cannot afford to miss free throws, Jude. 3 minutes and 19 is still a long time. Remember that strong finishing kick that UST had in the first quarter. They may want to do it again here.
De Guzman. If UST has a hustle player, it would be this guy right here, De Guzman. La Salle has Cardona. UST has De Guzman. And the free throw brought to you by Gentex. The lesser players don't have to be great free throw shooters. As De Guzman hits nothing but air on that free throw.
Ball ball will swing back to the Archers. And Mike Cortez already in the lineup for LaSalle.
Cortez gets by Agleron. 12-point lead for LaSalle. Cortez looking for Ritwalo. Ritwalo double teamed right away.
A good switch.
Here's Ritwalo. Kabatu, and he loses control. Agleron. And that's a backward violation. Couldn't decide right away what to do with the ball. And when he decided he was going to pass it, here's that crossover move. You know what? That wasn't a backward violation. But of course, we've got the slow-mo to look at it, but he hadn't crossed the half-court line yet. It just seemed like he did, but from that slow-mo, it was a good play. And another push here, and Gelig, that's not a smart foul for Nino Gelig. That's his third here in the ball game. So Nino Gelig taking himself out of the ball game by committing his third personal foul. So now that Cortez is in, Coach Alex Del Rosario sees a matchup problem, so he puts Villamin back in for Jake Agleron. Renran Ritwalo, 12 points in the ball game. Bounces his Gentex free throw in.
And at the rate he's going to surpass his average of 23 points. He now has total of 13, 5 out of 6. Make that 6 out of 7 from the free throw area. And they're sending Ritwalo to the free throw area a lot, Jules, because, you know, as a shooter, there's nowhere else Rennan would go but to take the jumper, and chances are he's been getting fouled.
Gelig now with the ball. They're down by 14. Here's De Guzman all the way. Nice left-handed layup for De Guzman. They're going to need a lot more of that. They want to come back in this ball game. Cortez with the ball against Villamin. Pass to Ritwalo from the three-point arc. Inside to Wilson. The step-back shot tipped by a UST player. Here come the Tigers. Villamin calls the play for LaSalle. Out to Gelig. Nino Gelig, 2 minutes left here in the first half. De Guzman, he had a nice layup earlier. This one is missed. Villamin tip. A little bit too premature. Ritwalo, nice behind the back dribble. Ritwalo weaving his way amidst yellow shirts. Now it's Cortez. Mike Cortez inside to Willie Wilson. Wilson, nice move against Oreta. The pass inside to Santa Maria for an easy 2 points.
Again, the value of the extra pass working wonders for the De La Salle Green Archers. They're now up by 14, 43 to 29.
Minute 37 left in the first half. We've got a timeout.
You're having a ball on season 64 with Gentex by Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP.
Guess what you can take to the Gentex level today? Just imagine what you can do with your Gentex card tomorrow. Take it to the Gentex level. Gentex from Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP Games.
Maraming bagong sabon, maraming bagong pangako.
Aba, mura? Okay kaya ito?
Ngunit para sa kalusugan ng pamilya, di dapat nagbabago ang batayan. Superior Skin Germ Protection. Safeguard lang.
1. Safeguard ang may highest level ng germ-fighting ingredient. 2. Safeguard removes more germs. 3. Pinipigil pa ang pagdami ng germs up to 24 hours.
Dahil walang hihigit sa kalusugan ng iyong pamilya, payo ng PAMIT. Magsiguro with Safeguard. Panalo!
Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena here in Pasig, Metro Manila. De La Salle Green Archers, defending champions actually. They've won 3 in a row here in the UAAP. Here's that nice layup by De Guzman. Brought to you by the High Endurance Sure Shot. Old Spice. UST with the ball. Nice pass inside. Oreta bounces the layup in.
LaSalle trying to double team on the point guards of Santo Tomas. They will have to pay the price for it. As long as you release that ball quickly, knowing that the double team is arriving at you, then you've got a better chance to score the 2 points.
Mike Cortez, the dish off to Baino, tipped away. 43-31, still a 12-point lead for the Green Archers. Baino along with Gavino coming from LaSalle Green Hills. And the Archers will call their own version of a 30-second timeout. And we'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
Traffic for those?
Doris, ating yan if you don't have it, can motion post sa kanya. Motion post sa kanya. Go to the open spot.
Mukhang pao si Coach Franz ngayon
I think he was very disappointed with that loss against the UAAP Warriors. I'm sure he's trying to pull whatever he has from his players as we take a look at Sonny Cabatu. He's watching. I was asking a while earlier because there's a Christian Cabatu playing for the De La Salle Green Archers.
And that is the son of Sonny Cabatu. Here's Wilson, the pass to Santa Maria, and he is hacked in the act by Luanzon.
Well, again, see the ball movement of LaSalle. What happens is that the defense is not reacting. They're letting Wilson at the post move past his man, hoping that there's another line of defense. But what happens is that every time there's a help coming from a teammate, it leaves another man open from the weak side, and that's Santa Maria.
Well, the UST Growling Tigers a little short on big men, as we mentioned. Good look at Mike Cortez. Santa Maria splits the free throws. Luanzon against Wilson. He'll take it himself across half court. Luanzon, he stops. Nice cut by Villamin. Villamin misses another layup, and UST has missed a bunch of those point-blank layups.
But they've been getting away from their men.
13-point lead for LaSalle. 10 on the shot clock. Cortez with the ball. Nice crossover move. Loses the ball, though. Here's Naninga. Give to Villamin. About a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Raterta looking for Villamin. And the defense a little too tight by Mike Cortez. Second personal foul on Mike Cortez.
19 fouls. Both teams giving up a lot of fouls here in the second quarter. 9 by LaSalle and 7 by UST. But UST had 10 in the first quarter.
The rate we're going, Danny, I mean, there's going to be a few players that are going to be fouling out in this ball game for sure.
Raterta at the free throw line. You know, UST must convert on their free throws. Again, Raterta missing his first free throw. Coach Arik Del Rosario is displeased. You know, looking at this 13-point lead, we can definitely say that this 13-point lead was because of the strong start of LaSalle, dude.
Indeed, and even with that late run in the first quarter by UST, LaSalle just kept the pressure on to maintain this lead. And, you know, UST for the season is only shooting 52% from their free throw line. They really have to improve that to have a chance against teams the caliber of LaSalle. Bunyi out to Ritualo. Ritualo just throws up a prayer as time runs out here in the first half. He was looking for the foul, actually, and he's still talking to the refs. But after 20 minutes of play, the De La Salle Green Archers up by 12 over the University of Santo Tomas Growling Tigers, 44-32. We'll be back with a lot of halftime festivities after these messages.
Guess what you can take to the Gentex level today.
do with your Gentex card tomorrow. Take it to the Gentex level. Gentex from Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP games.
Flip it on. Oh yeah. 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 Flip it on.
Do we have to stick like side by side?
I confess, pinalitan ko na siya. Nagbago na ako eh. Want to know the reason? Pantene conditioner. Kasi Pro-Vitamin B5 does amazing things to my hair. Twice as strong? Definitely. Twice as smooth? Oo naman. So bye, old friend. Hello, Pantene conditioner. Pantene conditioner. Hair has never been healthier.
Welcome back to the UAAP Hour. Halftime score is 44-32 for the De La Salle Green Archers. Now, if you enjoy seeing Pep Squad action, well, don't touch that dial because we have the DLSU Pep Squad strutting their stuff for the Nestle Non-Stop Cheer Dance competition brought to us by none other than Nestle Non-Stop, the ice cream with no limits.
pansit pa raw.
Dad, yung table doon.
Ay, natapos din.
Papapagod, no?
Una na ako.
Ang pinakabagong pampaligo ng bayan. Mahusay na tinatanggalang dumi at amoy na nakadikit sa katawan. Dinig na dinig ang linis effect.
Saan banana? Cute! Sa linis ng panguligo, ganado.
Experience infinity. No boundaries. No dull moments. No guessing. No worries. My Glow Mobile e-services. All the info, fun, and ways to connect. No limits.
Welcome back live to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig, Metro Manila. There you see the halftime score. 44-32 is our score. The LaSalle Green Archers taking control of this ball game from the early on in the ball game, and just really holding on to that lead from the first quarter to the second quarter to the buzzer here in the halftime.
You know, there was a little bit of a threat coming from the UST Growling Tigers towards the end of the first quarter, Jude. The reason being is that they allowed Derek Ubalde to take some three-pointers. In fact, they shot three three-pointers in the last 3 minutes to cut that lead down in the first quarter. What happened was that UST knew that they had a game in their hand, and they were just down by 3 points at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, they just allowed LaSalle to rattle off 10 straight points and route to this 12-point lead. You know, you could definitely derive a lot of things from the first half. One being is that LaSalle has been making use of their full complement, and that is the backcourt together with their post players, Wilson and Santa Maria. Unlike UST, they have to rely on their backcourt. Okay, their backcourt has been delivering, but not as much as if you would like to have, no, in terms of scoring the points, because UST, they're lacking in that big men rotation wherein they can also post up against LaSalle. LaSalle has been having their way in the first half because, as far as I'm concerned, they have come to play with a purpose here in the first half, and they knew very well that UST will not give it to them on a silver platter.
Well, you talk about LaSalle having their way. One of the players for LaSalle that really has had his way pretty much all 4 years so far he's played, and this game, is Renan Nitwalo.
Well, I have to agree with you, Renan Nitwalo, after that sorry shooting night against the UE Warriors. Now, we're going to show you this play. This is designed for Renan because there is a triple screen provided by the three other players, the frontline players, and you can see these are choice shots that Renan took in the first half. He finishes with 14 points. And this is one of the highlights that we have because, again, Renan providing that leadership in terms of their offensive options. Now, we're going to show you the second highlight, and we're going to show you, watch this move. They're going to post up Wilson. Wilson will get away from his man. There's the secondary line of defense from Naninga. But, again, nobody on the defensive end of UST to go back down and defend against Santa Maria. What kind of defensive adjustments UST must be able to make in the second half would be one very good question to ask, because again, where will they find the big men to guard a Santa Maria or a Wilson? If they're going to play straight up man-to-man defense against the post players of LaSalle, then they have to make sure that they're quick on their feet. Secondly, they've got to communicate that once a LaSalle player has gone past them, then there's a secondary line of defense, and the defensive adjustment from the weak side must be able to help against the front line of LaSalle.
Well, one thing that UST really needs to do is play better defense and getting some steals. Yes. They did get a couple of them, and one of them was by Jake Agleron.
You know, we're going to show you one highlight here wherein I felt that UST must be able to do in the second half. We're going to show you again, Renan will try to get this jumper. See the kind of switch that came from, I believe that's Espiritu de Guzman. This will touch off the steal by Agleron. One thing for Renan, he knows how to read the defense being played to him or against him, and once he knows that there is a switching type of a defense coming from UST, what he does is that if he cannot take that shot, he will look to pass. And every time you make the defensive adjustment by moving, even if it's not your man, you just go ahead and switch, knowing fully well that your teammate has helped on to another player. Then what happens next is that you shut off the options that Renan or the LaSalle Green Archers would have in that particular play. And one thing good about UST, they're getting bits and pieces. They're learning from this first half, and we'll have to see in the second half if they can deliver.
Well, you talked about UST needing to learn. Claude Despabilladeras, I got that name right, was at the UST locker room just to check out exactly what kind of problems they need to solve for UST.
All right, thank you very much, guys. You know what I liked about what I saw at the UST dugout was that even though Coach Eric was his usual temperamental self during dire situations, his players were encouraging each other, and they were also evaluating each other's performance. This positive attitude shown by his players has been the reason why, may have been the reason why he calmed down, and he learned that somebody handed the latest statistical information who learned that his players had committed 14 turnovers and 8 free throws. And what we can expect in the second half is a more rejuvenated UST team who will have a tighter grip on the ball. So guys, that's it from the UST bench. Now let's hear from George Rothschild, DLSU.
Yes, well, thanks, Claude. Well, in the dugout, the ones doing the talking were really Coach France's staff, because Coach France has literally lost his voice for obvious reasons. Now, knowing that LaSalle is a defensive team, that was pretty much what the staff was talking to them about. 3 reminders on defense. Number 1, box out. Number 3, challenge every shot. And number 2, actually, and number 3 is slide with your man. Now, offensively, Coach France is very much satisfied, and a little bit more effort in their defense is really what they need right now. Guys, back to you.
So some obvious reasons as to why UST really needs to get their game going. And, you know, LaSalle, they really just have to sustain and maintain what they've been doing so far.
Well, for UST, one, as what we've mentioned, they know that they are lacking in terms of the big men. In fact, I've got some stats here. We're talking about the post players in the backcourt. Why not? Cardona, 7 points, 4 rebounds. To complement Ritualo's 14 points. Wilson with 8 points and Santa Maria with 7. For the UST Growling Tigers, we only have Bubalde with 6 points. All in the first quarter. In the second quarter, he failed to score. Gelic scored those 5 points. We're going to show you some halftime stats and show to you that De La Salle is shooting really well from the field, 60% as against UST's 37. The rebounding story will favor the UST Growling Tigers at 23 to 14.
That's surprising, actually.
Surprising. They've got a lot of offensive rebounds, actually 12 out of those 23, but they failed to deliver. See the aggressiveness that probably Coach Arik De La Salle would like to get from his boys in the second half. Why not? If you've got 0 steals in one half and it's against the 5 steals of LaSalle, you just want to tell your players, guys, you just have to make use of your feet.
You know, we got to double check this stat because we just saw a steal by Jake Aguilar during our highlights.
Yes.
They probably have 1 steal there, but you're right. Fast break points. I mean, that's LaSalle leads by 12, and they've got 9 fast break points.
Well, going back to Jake Aguilar, could be a loose ball recovery on the part of Aguilar, and that's the reason why they didn't count it as a steal. The other figure is that fast break points would favor the De La Salle Green Archers with 9 as against 2. Remember, there was a report by Claude wherein he mentioned the turnovers, 14 turnovers for the UST Growling Tigers as compared to only 9 by De La Salle.
Most teams don't
Green
commit
Archers.
14 turnovers in a whole game.
In fact, it's a very big concern for Coach Arik De Rosario because he relies heavily on his backcourt. Now, when his backcourt players begin to fumble and lose the ball, where does Arik De Rosario get the player to really provide the leadership for his team? Well, we'll have to find out in the second half. And so far, as what Claude has mentioned, he likes the way his boys have been playing so far, even if they're down by 12 points. Maybe the aggressiveness will bring them back into the game.
Well, the thing is, they have been able to break the pressure defense a few times, but they've been missing their point-blank layups. I mean, nakakalusot sila eh. There's been some holes that they've been seeing during that full-court pressure, although they have turned the ball over 14 times. But the times that they have gotten over half court, they've missed some easy shots.
You know, as what I mentioned, numbers don't lie. And out of the 23 rebounds by the UST Growling Tigers, they managed to get 12 offensive rebounds. Probably those 12 offensive rebounds, out of those 12 offensive rebounds, 6 coming off those easy layups that they have missed. And somehow, it demoralizes you because you know that it's a higher percentage shot and you begin to miss. And, you know, that your teammates are looking at you to provide that instant offense as compared to LaSalle. LaSalle is going to start strong again here in the third quarter. I feel that Coach France is satisfied with the way he has played, but he's putting a lot of premium on the defensive end this time so as not to allow Santo Tomas to get back into the game.
Well, Santo Tomas gets first possession here in the third quarter. Oreta from the corner, back to Agleron. A lot of work to do for the UST Tigers. Here's Gelic, crossover move against Cardona, long 2-pointer. That one's short, long rebound. Cardona has it. 1-on-2. Cardona weaves his way to 3 yellow shirts, half hook, goes in. You know, he has mastered that shot.
9 points for Cardona again. The way he has complimented Ritualo in this game, Ritualo this time around will score on a fast break.
And LaSalle forcing another turnover from UST, and they've got to be careful. This is turning out into a blowout. 48-32, 16-point lead now for the Green Archers. Agneron tipped away. Cortez almost stole it. Battle for the loose ball and a foul. That's going to be on Mike Cortez, number 3. But LaSalle very aggressive in their full court pressure.
Very aggressive indeed. An early substitution, Agleron being replaced by Villamin. Coach Arik doesn't like the fact that Agleron would like to dribble the ball without even signaling to his players already in their front court what play will they follow.
Here's Villamin, gets the screen. Still has the ball left open for 3. Goes inside to Espiritu. He's been on the bench most of the first half. That's where you see how much UST misses this guy, Alwin Espiritu. 48-34, 14-point lead for LaSalle. Cortez with the ball against Villamin. Gets a screen from Santa Maria. Cortez with a corner, it's Ritualo. Ritualo, he's got a layup already here in the second half. Out to Cortez. Cortez, left-handed drive inside. Nice dish to Ramos. From the corner, yes.
And you know very well that LaSalle is playing the kind of game that they'd like to play this evening. They know where to position themselves. They know the passes to expect. They know when to take the shot. They've been very patient in their offense. And on the defensive end, they are not lacking in their aggressiveness as well.
Another steal for LaSalle. Here's Ritualo. Back to Cortez for the easy layup. And De La Salle, the whole team has got it stuck on automatic. I mean, they are just flying by the UST Growling Tigers. 52-34 our score. A whopping 18-point lead for the Green Archers. Coach Arik wants a timeout. We'll be back.
Iba't ibang shampoo ang gamit ng pamilya ko. Di ba pwedeng iisang shampoo na lang?
Ngayon, may revolutionary multi-care shampoo. New Rejoice Complete.
Kaya ang dulas ng buhok ko. For my daughter, a new citrus floral fragrance. And dandruff control para kay daddy.
New Rejoice Complete. Complete shampoo ng iyong pamilya.
All new germ-killing close-up lets you take part in the lethal action of UAAP Season 64. Be chosen as a close-up killer confidence smile of the game. Simply head to the battle arena and arm yourself with that deadly smile. At the end of the season, the most arresting smile walks away with tons of cool prizes from Close-Up and get a shot at being the next Close-Up image model. So, be seen at the UAAP and flash those killer confidence smiles with Close-Up. For more information, log on to www.closeupplanet.com. Next on Guide to Urban Living.
Do you experience this kind of confusion every time you face an insurance agent?
Car insurance plan, diving insurance plan, daily payment, monthly payment.
You'll find out the many factors that will determine your need for insurance.
9:30 p.m. on Studio 23 Thursday.
Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena. Villamin with the ball. UST breaks the pressure defense of LaSalle. Here's Espiritu, the spin move. Nice fake, but tipped away. Ball still loose. Espiritu has it back. This is Oreta. Oreta, 7 on the shot clock. The drive inside gets it through the lane. So LaSalle will get the ball back. Still up by 16 points. 52-36 our score. Cortez gets a screen from Santa Maria. Gives it to Ritualo. Ritualo against one zone. Nice shot by Renren Ritualo. I mean, he was covered like a blanket.
And Coach Arik knew about it because he was telling his player, it's okay. You covered him well, but what can you do? He's a prolific shooter that he is. Now with a total of 18 points.
He is just tough to guard, Renren Ritualo. Here's Oreta. Backs up Ritualo. Oreta gets away. Ball will stay UST side. Hey, look at those smiles. That's Anton De Los Reyes from UP and Pamela Tan from De La Salle. Anton's 21 and Pamela is 19. They are our close-up male and female smiles of the game. Close-up confident killer smiles of the game here at the UST La Salle matchup.
Orera hitting a three-point basket. Officials call a timeout. We'll have to find out what happened to Cardona.
He is in pain. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. Let's see what happened here. There's the steal by Cortez. Smart said steal, the power to live the life you choose. Smart said, your cell phone now. Is Cardona going to stay in the game? Yes, he is. It's like he just really had the wind knocked out of him. Retualo. Give to Cortez. Mike Cortez against Villamin, and a whistle off the ball. Offensive foul.
The defense of Santo Tomas beginning to tighten up on Renren Ritualo. But you must remember, Ritualo must make use of his teammates. He just has to rub off his defensive man off his teammates.
Ritualo commits his second personal foul. Couple of substitutions for UST. Ubalde and Naninga now in the ball game. So a twin tower lineup for Arik de Rosario. Both Espiritu and Naninga in the ball game. Villamin breaks the press. 15 on the shot clock. Looking inside, that's Espiritu against Santa Maria. Espiritu 15 feet out. Thought about the shot. Drives inside, gets the bang. Here's Oreta, left-handed drive against Santa Maria. Rebound, Ramos.
And he gets fouled from behind by Espiritu.
That's number 4.
Number 4 against Espiritu.
Told you, the rate things were going. Somebody's going to foul out. De Guzman off the bench right away to replace Alwin Espiritu. Point lead for LaSalle. They've got the ball. Cortez walks it up against Villamin. Mike Cortez tipped away. Wilson still has it. Backs up Oreta. Wilson double teamed. Out to Cortez. Open for 3. And there's a whistle.
And a foul will be called against. Is it De Guzman?
Looks like it's yes, it is on De Guzman. Let's go over to George Rocha for another Globe Gentex update.
Yes, thanks, guys. Well, in this last timeout, Coach Hans told his boys that they can't relax just yet. They have to stay on their toes in the second half now to keep their lead and maybe make it even bigger. Coach Franz reminded his boys about their defensive strategy. Now, Mark Cardona, you saw him a while ago fall to the floor. Well, he was just elbowed on the stomach. Nothing much to worry about for the DLSU fans. Guys, back to you.
Willie Wilson misses a turnaround quick jumper. UST still down by 15. Villamin with the ball inside to Oreta. Going against Ritualo. Oreta tipped away, and Santa Maria picks up the loose ball. Here comes Cortez. LaSalle, the lead in the ball. Mike Cortez, nice pass to Manny Ramos, who hits the reverse layup. Great eyes by Mike Cortez.
And everybody was just conscious about Ritualo at the wing side.
So LaSalle putting up a clinic here so far. 17-point lead. Another steal for the Green Archers. Mike Cortez gets Ritualo. The fake, the shot. He missed the layup. And a foul will be called. Then Ritualo maybe hurried that shot a little bit.
You know, one thing that UST must consider, every time they bring the ball up, especially their point guards, they cannot afford to use their backs.
Here's that high endurance sure shot brought to you by the high endurance Old Spice. Manny Ramos, the recipient of a great pass from Mike Cortez.
You know, dude, going back to ball handling, what Agleron must be able to do is attack right away. He has to look forward because every time he moves to protect the ball, there is this swipe coming from the weak side.
Here's Oreta, stops and pops from three-pointer. Missed the shot. Wilson with a rebound. So slowly but surely, LaSalle really controlling this game. Ritualo for 3. Come on. Then Ritualo pours it on for LaSalle. It is now a 20-point lead as Ritualo scores his 21st point. Here's Baguio. He is the cousin of Cyrus Baguio. Derek Ubalde. Ubalde stops his foul. He hurried that shot, but nails it anyway. That's a long two-pointer. Back to an 18-point lead. The UST needs some stops here. Stop the offensive firepower of LaSalle. Willie Wilson, three-point arc, looking for Ritualo. Here's Ritualo, guarded by Ubalde. Shoots anyway. This one's short. Naninga with the rebound. Agleron ahead to Oreta. Oreta drives, fakes, and he will be fouled. He'll have two both Gentex free throws.
Second personal foul by Santa Maria. Again, chances like this, you just like to take advantage of it. That pass from Agleron and that foul by Santa Maria will send Oreta to the free throw line. You just don't want LaSalle to set up their defensive, on the defensive end. Why? Because you know that they're bigger, that's for one. You just may want to make use of your speed.
All these free throws by Oreta, brought to you by Gentex, by Globe Handyphone. And he makes the first one. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left. Foul trouble right there. Alwin Espiritu has to sit on the bench. We'd like to invite everyone to Studio 23 and Mix Brave Party. That's tomorrow, Friday, July 27th at the NBC tent at the Fort, featuring DJ Disciple of Catch 22 New York with Groove Nation DJs Mario, Siren, and The Edge. Party starts at 10 p.m. as Cardona gets an offensive board and putback for the Green Archers. Agleron slips, and that's an easy layup for Mike Cortez. And this is turning out to be a blowout so far. Going into the end of the third quarter, 63-42. Let's go over to Claude for a UST update at the UST bench.
Thank you very much, guys. Well, during the halftime break, I said that you're expecting to see a more rejuvenated UST team, but I think I want to take that back. Well, Coach Eric said that they should work even harder because it seems that LaSalle does not show any signs of taking this ball game easily, and Ritualo is making so many problems for them so far in this period. And what he wants his players to do is to be careful when passing the ball to the other side. So, guys, that's it. Back to you.
But not only in passing the ball to the other side, in taking too much time to get the ball across half-court line. An 8-second violation.
And, you know, that's the pressure defense that LaSalle has been known for, which was non-existent in the game against UE. Why? Because in the game against UE, I remember Artadi, the point guard of UE, was not allowing LaSalle to run their press. He was just making sure he knew where his teammates were, and he was making sure that he knew where to pass. But this time around, UST a bit hesitant. They just have to release that ball right away. And what was Eric De Rosario doing under the basket? This will...
It looks like somebody just got thrown out of the ball game. Yes, it is on Coach Eric Del Rosario.
And he's being thrown out of this game. We'd like to catch that replay. If we have a replay.
Coach Eric Del Rosario, definitely a very frustrating game for the UST Tigers. Well, here's that bad shot by Manny Ramos. He just took a terrible shot here. That's not his shot. So here's the shot. Let's see if we can catch Coach Eric somewhere here where the technical is. The rebound by Galen. There's Eric Del Rosario right there underneath the basket. Well, no wonder he's going to get thrown out. He wants to get involved a lot more than just from the sidelines. Maybe this will fire his players up. You know, coaches have been known to do this to get some fire into his players. So let's see if his players react.
But you know, they're down by 21 points, and for one, looks like the place of Santo Tomas is in this array at this point. They will have to rely on each other this time, Jude, and we'll see if it's going to work.
Well, the assistant coach Boy Ong will have to take over here. But Brendan Ritualo adds to that lead in the Green Archers. You know, the De La Salle Green Archers have won 5 straight regular season, well, actually 5 straight games against UST. And this will be number 6, I believe. So they have mastered UST at least in the last few years.
You know, I'm just curious what Coach Eric was asking for. when he went underneath the basket. Was he asking for a 3-second violation called against LaSalle, or?
I'm not sure. It might just be out of a little bit of frustration with the referees. And just really going up to the referees and just telling them what's on his mind.
But then again, I always like to say this, Jude, when you go back to the numbers, you're going to see.
Well, here it is again. There's that air ball by Manny Ramos. You know, he was just talking to the ref. And I don't know if there was even a 3-second violation there, because it was, I mean, Gelig already had the ball off the rebound.
Oh, yes. You could read the lips of Coach Arik. He was asking for 3 seconds for the big man of LaSalle.
Well, here's Cortez. Let's see what happens now. That sparks the UST players. Cardona, the half hook. I mean, he has got that shot mastered. Cardona with that half hook.
You know, sometimes it's going to be very difficult to win a ball game when you've got your top player in Renan Etualo scoring heavily, and you've got someone else complementing his scoring.
14 left on the shot clock. 25. Oh no. Yes, it is a 5-point lead. As Derek Ubalde misses the three-pointer. And it's a traveling violation for the Green Archers.
Well, two white shirts or green shirts contesting that ball. They traveled, so the ball will stay with the UST Growling Tigers.
Raterta in the ball game now for UST. They got a high mountain to climb here.
Yep, 25-point lead by LaSalle. And LaSalle, I'm sure, has already erased the stigma of that loss against UE. They just have to maintain this lead and play aggressively.
That's going to be a foul on Mike Cortez. That's going to be number 4, Arejola, off the bench right away. Renan Etualo leads all scorers with 23 points. We mentioned Cardona, he's got 13. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes, 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. 25 points is the lead by the Green Archers over the Growling Tigers. We've got a timeout.
Keep tabs on the game to beat all games together with Old Spice. No stick, roll-on, or spray can beat it.
Masira yan. No, kasi alternator eh. Sige, start mo na. Ay, mabanay. Una na ako.
Ang pinakabagong pampaligo ng bayan. Mahusay na tinatanggalang dumi at amoy na nakadikit sa katawan. Dinig na dinig ang linis effect.
The night heats up as Toyota compels you to commit crimes of passion on July 27, Friday, 10 p.m. at the NBC 10th Fort. Seduce your senses with gyrating bodies, bathing beauties, and intoxicating aromas. Then move to the down-tempo beats of Mario Serrano and rhythms of DJ Disciple. One Red Hot Night.
Red Hot
Crimes of Passion.
Crimes of Passion.
July 27 at 10 p.m. Experience thrill from Toyota.
Experience thrill.
Studio 23 and Mix.
Welcome back. Just in time for the Gentex free throws by Raterta. Lago Raterta. This is the second free throw. Arejola with the ball. And he'll slow it down for LaSalle. And watch for LaSalle to really just take their time here. They've got a big lead. Arejola. This is Cardona. Cardona. Nice shift move and another half hook. Cardona making a living in the paint with those half hooks.
And you see how LaSalle rotated that ball from the strong side to the weak side. And again, spotting the guy Cardona, who's again playing with so much confidence in this game. 15 points by Cardona.
And Santa Maria misses the layup. Cardona, the scrappy player from the Green Archers, gets another 2 points.
17 big points for Cardona on top of 7 rebounds.
I mean, this is a guy that you just love to be on your team. He gets all those loose balls, all the hustle rebounds, diving for everything.
Just call him scrappy but effective, Jude. And he is the surprise package for Coach Raj Kumarin in the early stages of this UAAP tournament. Remember, we highlighted Cardona in the first game against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. He lost his game against UE, but now he has to regain his confidence back.
Well, UST has a lot of problems. Let's see if they have some solutions. Let's go over to Claude Estapilladeras at the UST bench for a Gentex update.
Thank you very much, guys. The situation for UST is becoming more serious, especially with Coach Eric thrown out of the game. Coach Boy stepped up during the timeout, and he wants his boys to, well, he wants them to take time when they're trying to execute the play. And, well, his players were a little serious, and, well, they were a little poker face. So, Jude and Danny, that's what happened during the previous timeout at the UST bench. Back to you.
Well, if they don't get serious about this game, they're definitely going to be blown out of the water. Here's Ritualo against Ubalde. Ritualo, left-handed drive, double pump move, air ball. Nice defense by UST. Gelig weaving his way. The pass to Naninga. Naninga against Ramos. The reverse layup is good.
So far, LaSalle has outscored the UST Growling Tigers 27-11 in this quarter alone.
What a run by LaSalle. Cardona looking for Santa Maria. Gives it to Ritualo instead. Almost stolen away. Still loose. Ubalde gets it in the corner. Ubalde waiting for the open man. It's Lacerta. The layup is blocked, but a foul will be called on Manny Ramos. Third foul on Ramos.
21.7 seconds left.
So the Archers getting a little careless here during the last couple of minutes of the third quarter. From the looks of it, they can afford to be a little careless for a few minutes.
With this whopping 24-point edge, Jude, I feel that LaSalle will not give in. You just mentioned it. They can be a little careless, but for the coaching staff, they're all business here.
You got to mention the free throws as well. Lacerta missing that free throw right there. UST shot 42% from the free throw line in the first half, and they haven't done that much better. Lacerta 2 for 6 here in this ball game. I mean, I hate to rag on players for their free throw shooting, but there's no way in the world you should be shooting 33% from the free throw line.
And if you notice, UST having a very difficult time also in the free throw line during the first half, wherein they shot only 43%.
Yes, 43 is the number, and I think they're shooting around 50 as well here in the second half. Wilson, 8 seconds left. Cardona loses it. 5 seconds left. They've got to shoot it. Ritualo, double pump three-pointer. Almost made it. Gavino, 1 second left, and he runs out of time. So after 30 minutes of play, the LaSalle Green Archers 71, UST Growling Tigers 48, a 23-point bulge here in this matchup. We'll be back with the fourth after these.
For the fastest animal on the road. Blaze from Petron set the road on fire.
Nag-aalala na ako. Sobrang delayed na eh. Grabe na to.
Awat na. Sa nauna, mabilis at garantisado ka na.
For the fastest animal on the road. Blaze from Petron set the road on fire.
Insiders revealed their best-kept secrets. A top chef, we would be shocked at how much butter goes into everything. How to get the best hotel rooms for the lowest price. Do not call the 800 number. And money-saving fashion secrets. Things that designers and retailers don't want you to know. Those in the know tell all. Oh, boy, they're going to love you.
Tuesday at 10:30 p.m.
Well, there you see center court. And now it's time for our No Fear Man of the Game. And our No Fear Man of the Game is none other than Nart Naninga of UST. Here's that nice reverse move, the power move inside for the Growling Tigers. Mark Naninga, our No Fear man of the game, brought to you by No Fear Jeans USA. Face your fears, live your dreams.
And as we start the fourth quarter, Jude, there's nothing else on the minds of the Santo Tomas Growling Tigers than to start off strong. LaSalle has started off strong in every quarter so far. They can easily rattle off 8 to 10 points in an instant, and UST, they just have to admit it that LaSalle is shooting well from the field, and LaSalle has been making full use of the players on the floor. They just have to play, put up a tougher stance in terms of defending against LaSalle during the fourth.
Well, the offense of LaSalle really exploding. Ubalde, quick shot from the three-point arc. Derek Ubalde, maybe that'll get him going.
Remember, if UST can score 7 points and force LaSalle into an early timeout here in the fourth quarter, then somehow the team of LaSalle may begin to think that they're being threatened. So the momentum was clearly shift to the side of UST.
Here's Wilson, out to Cardona. Cardona loses control, gets it back. Nice dish inside to Santa Maria. But the jab won't count. 3-second violation. And this is the LaSalle three-time champion team that we know. I mean, they've got all cylinders running in full force.
And this has been the perennial problem of UST, how to get the ball inbounds. And you've got to credit the pressure defense played by LaSalle. And on the offensive end, LaSalle would use how many different kinds of players to bring the ball up court. They've used Arejola, they've used Mike Cortez, they've used even Willie Wilson.
Now, Willie Wilson has brought the ball up more than a couple of times here as Oreta draws the foul inside.
That's going to be called against Santa Maria. I believe that's going to be number 4 against Santa Maria. Or only the 3rd.
Well, we've had a lot of fouls called here in this ball game, Danny. I'm surprised nobody's fouled out yet. There's the shot by Oreta. He's had 2 Globe Gentex free throws. Good on the first. 27 fouls called on De La Salle and 19 for USD. And we still got a whole quarter left. Arejola breaks the press. Here's Wilson to Santa Maria. Santa Maria, 10-footer. That's long, and look who's got the ball. Although he did make a turnover there. Cardona got the offensive board. Ubalde ahead to Oreta, open for 3, short. He gets his ball back, offensive rebound, and there's a whistle.
And the foul will be called against Espiritu.
That's it for him. I just mentioned how come nobody's fouled out yet with all the fouls. So Alvin Espiritu will have to leave the game because of fouls.
And these are the bad breaks happening to UST right now.
You know, Emerson Oreta usually makes that wide open jumper. I mean, he had a good 2-3 seconds to look at that shot.
And you know, that foul by Espiritu wasn't even a defensive foul. It was a foul coming off that positioning for a possible offensive rebound.
Nice spin move by Cardona, and once again, he's got that half hook. I mean, I'm amazed at how many times he's already done that.
Don't worry, Jude, after the game.
That's his signature move,
19
no doubt.
points on top of 9 rebounds for Cardona.
Ubalde against Cardona. Stops and pops from 3. Kaboom!
Most of the points of Ubalde have come off 3-pointers. I believe he's got 5 now.
Actually, all his points have come from 3-pointer. He's got 5 3-pointers for 15 points in the ball game. Arejola calls the play once again. Give to Cardona. Cardona, long 2-pointer. I mean, he's got everything in his arsenal now. Cardona with 21 points. He's challenging Renren Ritwalo for the leading
But
scorer of the
somebody's
ball
got to
game.
stop Cardona, and the only way to do it is that They just have to stick by Cardona and not allow him to receive that ball. He knows it, and that's the reason why he even took a 15-footer.
Outside it's Agleron, thought about the three-pointer. Agleron gets the screen, out to De Guzman. De Guzman, short stab, and he misses. Ramos with the rebound. Let's go over to the LaSalle bench for George Rocha for Gentech update.
Yes, well, Coach Franz hasn't regained his voice yet, so all his reminders were written on the board, and he wrote 3 things: to limit turnovers, no useless fouls, and that this isn't the time to celebrate. Now, although they are leading by a huge number of points, there is still a lot of time for UST to lessen this lead LaSalle has over them. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, George. You know, Cardona signaled to the bench for a substitution because he was very, very tired. And guess who Coach Franz took from the bench? It's Renren Ritual. Are they equals now?
How many points combined would Renren and Cardona have? That's 50 points, right? 40 points.
Well, over 40, because
yeah,
23 and 21.
44 points.
So 44 between the two, and you know, we still got a long ways to go. Over 7 minutes left in this ball game. Ritualo's in it so far. Baino loses the ball outside to Arejola. 8 on the shot clock. Arejola, left-handed drive inside. Missed the layup. Battle for the loose ball. Agleron has it. Here comes UST. De Guzman out to Agleron. Agleron still has the ball. The drive inside. Almost thrown away. Naninga has it. Still time in the shot clock for a 3 from the corner. Agleron misses the shot. Baino with the rebound.
You know, I was just computing 44 points. They're just 13 points off the total output of UST.
Willie Wilson commits a turnover with a traveling violation. You know, UST, you're right, 56 points for the Tigers.
Only 12 points.
Only 12 points. There's Cardona, medyo pagod na. You know, when you hustle and dive for all the loose balls, you're bound to get tired.
And you know, somehow it rubs off on your teammates, and that's the reason why this present 5 on the floor, Arejola, Wilson, Manny Ramos, Rico Baino, and Renan Itualo, they just want to complement also the game of Cardona.
Oreta fishes for a foul and gets a bite from Renren Itualo. That's his 3rd personal foul. UST will inbound with 6 minutes, 16 seconds left. A 19-point lead for the Green Archers. You know, you can't see it here, but Cardona is back in the scorer's bench. Konting oxygen lang, you know? Just needed some oxygen and he's going to go back in the ball game. Villamin out to Gelig. Gelig now to Oreta. Oreta fakes the 3. The drive inside, and there's a bump by Arejola.
You're going to see some changes now on the lineup for De La Salle. Cardona coming back in for Arejola. You know, if I were to pick the brains of Coach Franz Kumaren, I'd like to believe that he's putting Cardona back in together with Ren and Ritualo to find out whether they can complement each other on the floor and hopefully give him the confidence, because this is a great game for Cardona, and if he can sustain this kind of a game for the next few games of LaSalle, then pressure will not be on Renan to score heavily because he knows that he's got an offensive weapon in Cardona.
And I thought you were going to say that he wanted to put both Ritualo and Cardona in the ball game to see if they can outscore UST. 75-57, 18-point lead for LaSalle. Wilson now, like we mentioned, does some point guard as well. Baino, spin move against De Guzman, double team, force the layup, gets it back. Loose ball, Ramos has it at the 15-foot line. Ramos, backdoor play, doesn't work. Gelig with the ball, 3-on-3 fast break. Oreta against Cardona, spin move, double pump, that's good.
On a fall-away jumper, Oreta now with 16 points, but it's a quiet 16 points for Oreta.
You know what? Talk about 16. The lead is down to 16. Here's Wilson getting away from Villamin. Now against De Guzman. Here's Ritualo. Fakes the 3. Drives inside. Step back move. Long jumper. That's off. Rebound Gelig. So UST, this might be their run.
Yes. They have to score here and put on the pressure on LaSalle.
Here's De Guzman. Spin move against Baino. Double team. Force the shot. And the foul will be on Baño.
LaSalle cannot afford to think that they have won this game. Remember that 16-point lead. They're still susceptible to give up that 16-point lead because there's still a lot of time left.
Well, you know, Danny, Coach Franz knows that, and he calls a timeout. Don't go away.
Get ready to feel the difference one use makes.
With the new generation Sunsilk Nutrient Shampoo.
NatureTech.
Now with millions of micro-enhanced nutrients. Sa una pa lang, hair is nourished evenly. Lambot ay ramdam, kahit saan hawakan. Dito, dito, dito.
Sunsilky. Dapat ulit-ulitin.
Lambot ay ramdam, habang buhok ay paganda ng paganda. The new generation Sunsilk from Unilever.
We deliver the hard facts.
Sometimes you are put in a role where you have to do your duty.
When it happens, where it happens.
Goop. Blood of gibberish.
From global
areas defaults to Alzheimer's disease.
Nobody's ever won the cup 3 times in a row.
They much rather not have a reorganization in the Senate.
We're more than just headlines. We take you to the core. We give you the truth you decide. News that fits your lifestyle. News Central, weekdays at 10.
Welcome back to the Sports Arena. Back for more in season 64 here in the UAAP. UST making their run. They have cut the lead to 16.
And LaSalle is already in the penalty, Jude. Remember, LaSalle is playing with all their offensive options. They still do not have a Mike Cortez who can distribute the ball and make sure that the players on the floor are just keeping their composure. They cannot give this lead up.
These free throws brought to you by Globe Gentex, by Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP games. Offensive rebound did him in, but he is blocked. But there's a foul.
On Manny Ramos.
Let's go over to the UST side. Let's see if they've got some solutions now from Claude.
Thank you very much, guys. Well, things are all going in favor of LaSalle right now, and Coach Boy said that it's in this remaining few minutes that they have to use their full force, and he also wants them to lessen the fouls which they commit, and when they have the ball, make sure that they shoot the ball, and they also have to not waste their opportunities when they are at the charity line. So, guys, that's it. Back to you.
Well, there you go. Villamin hits both free throws, so not wasting their opportunities is right. Here's Wilson now, full court pressure. You know, I don't know why they didn't do this before. Wilson is not a point guard, and they didn't pressure him. See, there you go. They got the ball from Wilson. Here's Gelig. Nice pass to Villamin, and 2 more free throws.
Somehow, again, they need a steady backcourt person, and that can only be Mike Cortez.
And Cortez being summoned by Coach Franz Kumaren. Cardona committing his 4th personal foul. Here's that Smart Z steal, the power to live the life you choose. Smart Z, your cell phone now. And Willie Wilson, definitely not the point guard that Mike Cortez is. And Villamin not taking advantage of the opportunities.
But, you know, you could sense the momentum shifting towards the side of UST. They've got to make this free throw.
But he missed both free throws.
You know, they cannot anticipate a possible offensive rebound. If you notice, the way they're shooting free throws, they're babying their second shot, hoping that they can get an offensive rebound. They cannot do that. They have to be sure of their free throws.
Here's Cardona, almost losing it, and he did lose it. Battle for the loose ball. Let's see who's got it. Still loose. This is Villamin. Nice pass to Gelig for the layup. So slowly but surely, UST is coming back. 11-point lead for LaSalle. This is not over. Over 4 minutes left in the ball game. Cortez with the ball.
And they cannot allow Mike Cortez to be able to signal play. They're just making it easy for him. He's reading the floor very well for LaSalle.
Here's Cortez, dribble drive inside, cross over against Villamin. The pass to Ramos. Ramos misses the layup, no call. Here comes UST, chance to cut it to single digits. Villamin with the ball. Here's Villamin, the pass inside. There goes Ban, loses control. A golden opportunity thrown away there by the Growling Tigers.
But it's okay. They're putting the pressure on LaSalle. And if LaSalle fails to score and UST scores, on the other end, expect LaSalle to call a timeout.
Cortez with the ball.
LaSalle needs to make this
11-point lead for LaSalle. Mike Cortez blocked away from behind by Gelick. Here comes the Tiger. Chance once again to cut it to single digits. Ubalde for three. And there's a whistle. Fourth personal foul of Renren Ritualo. And 3 free throws for Derek Ubalde.
UST has stayed away from foul trouble. They only have 2 team fouls as compared to the 9 already for LaSalle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't you go away. A little over 3 minutes left, only an 11-point lead for LaSalle. We've got a timeout.
You're having the best time with basketball action. Thanks to Sudan. It's Sudan good.
Sudan, rich chocolate flavor outside, roasted peanuts, creamy nougat, and a thick caramel layer on the inside. It's Sudan good.
Take the nasty iced tea plunge. Take the nasty plunge. Take the nasty plunge.
Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena. And you know, Danny, that technical foul and the thrown out, or let's take a look at this smart set block by Nino Gelick from behind. The power to live the life you choose. Smart set, your cell phone now. And you know, Coach Alex De Rosario got those 2 technicals earlier to get thrown out of the ball game, and maybe that really was a spark to the UST Growling Tigers. This lead was as high as 28 points, 71 to 43. And now it's down to 10 with 2 more free throws from Derek Ubalde, brought to you by Chentex by Globe Handyphone, the official privilege card of the UAAP, as Derek Ubalde cuts the lead to single digits.
Well, so far UST has limited LaSalle to only 4 points in this quarter. They're sitting on top, a 16-4 run. There. It's now an 18-4 run. De La Salle Green Archers, almost 7 minutes gone by, have only scored 4 points here in the 4th quarter. Here's Ramos, back to Cortez. Cortez, 8 on the shot clock. Ritualo for 3. Kaboom! Big shot. That's a big basket indeed. 26 points for Ritualo. And you knew that he just wanted to take that shot.
You know, that's a sign of a great player right there. Big man loses control. A big turnover. Cortez with a steal. And Mike Cortez just slows it down. Back to a 12-point lead. Ritualo forces the shot, an air ball. Here's Gelick pushing it up against Cardona. Out to Ubalde. Long 3-pointer. Short air ball. Santa Maria with the rebound. So a little bit too quick of a shot there for UST.
And they're going to settle this play down.
78-66 our score.
Will they look for Renren Ritualo? Ubalde is sticking close to Renren.
So there's a whistle off the ball.
Another illegal pick set up by Cardona. Looks.
Well, if that's on Cardona, that's going to be his 4th.
Jake Aguilaron for Don Villamin. Emerson Oreta for Derek Ubalde. Willie Wilson for Mark Cardona.
Cardona will sit on the bench. Willie Wilson back in the ball game. And Santa Maria going for that steal will be called for the foul. I just noticed, Danny, they are really calling it tight. You know, they've been very consistent, but very tight on the calls. I mean, just a quick bump will result in a whistle. Two more free throws for De Guzman. Throws again brought to you by Chentex by Globe Handyphone, and man, they they are missing a lot of golden opportunities here. De Guzman with that turnover, a few of the free throws again there. And he nailed this one. The back to 11. Full court pressure by UST. Ramos back to Cortez. Cortez crossover move. Nice way to split the defense. We've got 2 minutes left in this ball game. Brought to you by Sudan. It's so damn good. Santa Maria against De Guzman. Forces the shot up. And let's see what the call is. 24-second violation for the Green Archers.
A minute and 30 left. 11-point lead by LaSalle.
UST will inbound. They're going to need a lot of points in a little time. Agleron with the ball, pressured by Cortez. Agleron out to Hubalde. Long three-pointer for Hubalde. That's short. Agleron, the tip. And it bounces off Oreta. That has been the kind of day it's been for UST.
Now if UST can force some turnovers on LaSalle and score quickly, the pressure is still on, but right now LaSalle enjoying an 11-point edge. A minute and 38 left.
Well, I think with a minute 38 left, UST really is going to be forced to shoot up some three-pointers, especially if they can't get some defensive stops against the Green Archers.
Okay.
This is Coach Boy Ong.
Mamaya. Depensa mamaya basket 1-2-2. Pag-basket natin 1-2-2 tayo. Ha? Di ba 5 foul?
O, ibigay nyo ng phone mo. Ano na yan? 1 minute and ano na.
Okay. Ha? Presyon natin 2-2-1 tayo. Agaw natin yung bola, ha? No foul, no foul. No foul, no foul.
So that 2-2-1 refers to the full court pressure defense. They will implement.
Bibilata ko ni mga...
Ball fake, pass fake.
Okay, 50 seconds, okay? One rebound, don't stop to... Walang foul, okay? Come on, rebound tayo.
That's just great dedication from Coach Barry. He is losing his voice and he is still giving it his all, making sure his team gets all the energy from himself.
But you know, UST will have to give up some fouls. Why? Because they have managed to only have 2 team fouls, but they have to give up some fouls. They have to go for the steal.
Takamar steals. Oreta gets one right here. Oreta out to Hubalde. Hubalde, the drive inside, spin move, cross court, traveling violation. So UST, you know, you can't say that UST didn't have their opportunities.
Yes.
I mean, they had their opportunities. They just did not capitalize.
And probably the time constraints, a minute and 26 left, 11-point lead. They've got a foul right now. They have to go for the steal. Never mind if the referees called the foul.
Retwalo for 3, and Ranran Retwalo. He has been the man for LaSalle. 29 points already. That might be the final nail in the coffin. That was the backbreaker right there. Here's Agleron. Minute 11 left. Agleron, the layup, cannot make one. Santa Maria with the rebound, and this might be it.
So that's going to be it for this win by LaSalle. A foul by Oreta against Mike Cortez.
The De La Salle Green Archers will move to 2 wins and 1 loss. The UST Growling Tigers, I'm not sure if I remember the last time UST was under 500. Although they did struggle last year. They will move to 1 win and 2 losses. So LaSalle will be tied with a bunch of teams. As Cortez almost lost the ball, and he does lose it to Oreta, and Oreta will have an easy layup here. With 44 seconds left, a 12-point lead. Here's Wilson. Wilson ahead to Ritualo, and he will be fouled. I believe it's FEU, Ateneo, NU, and UE that LaSalle will join in a 6-team tie for first place.
it's still too early to tell. Jude, probably give it another 2 to 3 playing days and you'll finally see some standings wherein you'll see the top 4 and the other 2 getting dislodged and moving down the bracket.
Correction, that's only 5 teams that have a 2-1 record. But I don't remember a time where 5 teams were tied for first place here in the UAAP. After 3 games, that is.
Sunod na play natin. Cross plus tayo. Ha? Cross plus. Ito yan.
Well, as we
cross plus. Sige, backdoor.
listen to Coach Boy Ong,
Oy, Warren, cross plus yung play natin susunod, ha? Cross plus.
called the cross flash play. Those are games on Saturday. The Adamson Falcons still looking for their first win against the Ateneo Blue Eagles, fresh from that win against FEU. And at 4 p.m., a battle for first place right there. The FEU Tamaraos goes against the NU Bulldogs, both at 2-1. And the NU Bulldogs, very resurgent this year. They've got a lot of experienced players going for Coach Manny Dandan. Mike Cortez. 8 points in the ball game. Make that 9. Very happy LaSalle Pep squad. I think this is just a formality here. 83-69, 14-point lead with a little over 30 seconds left. Villamin inside, forces a shot and makes it down to a 12-point lead with 28 seconds. So look for UST to look for the steal. Vetualo, maybe he'll probably hold on to the ball here, wanting the free throws. So Wilson with the ball. And another foul. And more free throws for LaSalle.
Number 4 against Gillig. 19.4 seconds left.
So as we mentioned at the top of this telecast, Danny, you definitely do not want to play a champion team just after they've been blown out in the previous game. And this is what happens. I mean, they just seek revenge and really stay a lot more focused. You mentioned even the injured players suited up for this game just to be sure that they are united in getting that 4th straight championship for De La Salle. Wilson brings it back to a 14-point lead, 85-71, 19 seconds left. And Nino Gelig all the way inside, blocked from behind, and another foul. Again, we'd like to thank Studio 23 for giving us some extra airtime. We're a little bit over time. It's already the 12th team foul for the Green Archers. Nino Gelig in his final year here at UST, I believe. Scores his 10th point of the ball game. And that one bounces through. 85-73, ahead to Wilson. And I think LaSalle would just hold on to this ball. Unless UST, of course, fouls them. Adonis Santa Maria, the final exclamation point in this ball game.